Don't you know I love haters? Now, Super Mario has really is really this it's from our childhood. Late 80s, 90s, playing on Nintendo. And then, as the years kept going, they kept adding stuff to it, different adaptations to it. You had, of course, Princess Peaches, who basically was in the castle, and Bowser was the one keeping you as the character from getting up there to basically save her. You know, over the years, you had Luigi added in it, and you would have Luigi helping you. You would have Yoshi, and then you would have Toad in there. And it would add different characters. You know, Then they made Wario, which was his alter ego, which I believe in the next one they're gonna have Wario in it, which would be great. But the movie, of course, starts off in Brooklyn. They do a commercial. But before that you had Bowser who's leading the Koopas and the Goombas and those other guys. And they basically blast the Ice Kingdom to like ruins. And he finds the gold star. Finds the gold star. Everybody know when you tap the gold star on the game, it do 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 do. You just start, start showing, the same color as the star, like rainbow colors and everything, and you get real powerful, real fast, and can handle anything. So he basically was going to get that and bring it, of course, to the Mushroom Kingdom, where, of course, Princess Peach was at, and he basically was going to ask her for his hand in marriage. Now, after we see this, we go to we go to Brooklyn, and we see, of course, Mario and Luigi. They're they used all their funds and everything from their old job, all their savings, to make a commercial for the Super Mario Brothers. And you had, of course, their old boss there talking trash and picking on them and stuff, yada yada. So they go to the place and everything to fix it, and I guess Luigi accidentally steps on the dog's little chew toy, and the dog took it personal because dog messed him up because basically was trying to attack them and messed the sink up and flooded the bathroom, and dog almost fell out the window. They had to save the dog, and then the owner saw it, and you know they lost that job, so they didn't get paid for that. So you know their families ridiculing them, joking on them, and this is why I loved it, was the dinner scene, because that's how a lot of us feel. That's how I felt with my family. And they never like my family, ex-girlfriends and all of that, they never loved my dreams or my ideas. This always shot down with oh, you don't need, I wouldn't have lost that job. And you're subjected to being at a job for your life because all your parents teach you is to go to school, go to work. And that's why a lot of people really don't succeed, because they're stuck behind a desk, or they're stuck inside a truck, or they're stuck here working for somebody and not really chasing what they love to do. And if families ever would have put their money in to help that person with their dream to try to do something with it, you know it could have turned into a reality. But see, that's not how we're taught. We're taught to follow the status quo, which is do this, do that, this is what you're supposed to do. So, and that really hit home for me, because my family and others, they never really believed in me. Never. They never really believed in me. They always took my dreams and they threw it away. They didn't care for it. So, that's just how it is. So you learn to make friends with other people, and then when you get with other people, they see your dreams and y'all become friends. And I'm closer, to people that's not my blood more than my blood. And it shows you that. And in this, it showed two brothers who, throughout people saying that they can't do it, they couldn't do it, they stuck together, and they basically show, look, I got your back. As long as we stay together, things will be okay. And that's what it was. What's up, Phil G? And that's how it was. They basically was like, man, look, we're gonna stick together. And of course, the dad was real ruthless with it. And the brothers, it was okay. They were just joking and keying and stuff, but the dad just took it to another level and just destroyed it. And as a father, this is why I said if I ever had kids, is that I would never destroy my kids' dreams. And a lot of times our parents, they destroy our dreams. They tell us to go to school, go to work, and then we're in all this debt. And then we can't even get a job when we get out of school. And it's like, are you serious? And it's just like that. So that's sometimes that makes people in your neighborhood or where you from, that resorts them to scamming or doing drugs, selling drugs, all type of stuff. But in this situation, let's bring it back to the movie. Mario and everything and Luigi went down to try to fix a water main. A water main broke, and they're trying to go and fix it. And Brooklyn is messing up. It's flooding Brooklyn, so they go down there to try to help it, and then they end up falling into like this brick place where it shows probably some old area of the city underground and pipes. So they're looking around and stuff. So you see the little tunnels that you had in the video game, which you go into it, it sends you to another dimension or it sends you to another place. So they basically Luigi basically got sucked in. Mario looking like where the heck Luigi at, and then all of a sudden he was pulled in, and him and Luigi caught up with the Luigi, held on to him, so they're good. But another tunnel pulled Luigi over there, and then he went over here. He went to Mushroom Kingdom while Luigi went to the Darklands, and he got to meet Toad, and that little interaction with Toad was funny. Toad hit him in the arm and told him, "Does that hurt?" Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, well, it's reality." And then Toad said, "Yo, don't eat that mushroom," and just scared the hell out of Mario, gave him a heart attack almost. And he was like, "Oh, no, you good, just playing." And that's where they started going from there. And it wasn't cheesy. It was like everything how the story went, even though it was only like an hour and 32, it made sense. They didn't get into all the particulars. They didn't try to add an agenda driven movie. And see, Marvel and them need to watch this. Marvel, DC, all of them need to watch what's going on. And this is why they're failing. This is why they're failing. This is why Star Wars is beating them and all these other things are beating them, because they're not paying attention to how to make a movie. So when they're right there and they're heading to the Mushroom Kingdom, he wants to help his brother. So he went to go talk to Princess Peaches, and then they interact and stuff. And you're starting to look at it and see, okay, this princess really don't need help, but she needs help. And she's the typical woman of today who, they could do whatever, they're just as tough or strong as man. And I thought we was gonna get one of them movies where we got this feminist bullshit. And I was like, oh gosh, please don't let this be feminist bullshit. And it wasn't. So I was like, thank goodness. I was like, thank God there's no feminist BS going on in here, no agenda. It was strictly a great movie. And then kept going, as they kept going and everything, through the movie, we got to see the characters. We got to see the mushroom, the other toads. The other toads are basically adorable little creatures looking like they're like little mushrooms who could talk. And then of course, Peaches runs Mario through this maze or this little training thing, and Mario's just failing and failing. He has to eat mushrooms, which he doesn't like mushrooms to power up. And he basically does that, and he almost won. He almost got the flag at the end, but gets knocked in the water. So, but she, of course, says that he can come with her. and everybody's asking who this guy's is. She like, it's nobody, like he ain't nobody. So they're going to the Kongs to basically meet the Kongs to get them as an army. That's what they need, to try to fight Bowser and his Koopas and Goombas. So they get so they're on the road walking and everything, and then him and Princess Daisy, or they call her Peach, whatever. She and him share a moment together where he's telling her like, yo, you know, you could probably be from my world. And she just told the story how she got there. She just remembers she was walking and she ran into the mushrooms. Like, thank goodness the mushrooms found her. Cause if not, then anything could happen. The toads, if they didn't find her, we don't know what would have happened to her. She probably would have been evil and all of that if she went somewhere else. So so once that and everything happens, they get to the Kongs, and this is where we get to see the adaptation of the go-karts. Because remember, we had the Super Mario Kart. They integrated Mario Kart in with Mario Brothers and, of course, Donkey Kong, which they only created Donkey Kong because they didn't have the license to King Kong. So they were like, you know what? We're going to make our own creature, which is Donkey Kong, and we'll make Donkey Kong, and we could use Donkey Kong instead of King Kong. So that's the reason why Donkey Kong was made. If anybody wanted to know that history, that's why Donkey Kong was made, because they couldn't use King Kong and everything. So they wanted to make their own gorilla. Now, from there they meet Crank or Crack or Crake, whatever his name is, King Crake, and basically Mario says that, well, what I have to do to get the army. So then he said, I never knew that. You could Google and look it up. That's why they created Donkey Kong, because the creators, they couldn't use King Kong. Cause I think I forgot the thing, Toiko or whatever his name is. They wanted Donkey Kong. They wanted King Kong, and they never can use King Kong. So they were like, Bumper, we'll just use Donkey Kong. And it worked out for them. They made some money. So so then from there, him and of course Donkey Kong fight. Donkey Kong is beating the shit out of Mario. Like, he literally beating his ass. So once he beat his ass and everything, Mario's wakes up, takes the he was finna use the flame thing. He was finna have the flower as the flame, and then he blew it out, and then that's when he got the cat suit, and then he just, if you forgot, like in, I think the Mario, I think in Nintendo 64, you could hit one of those boxes and then you can have the cat suit. So I think that's where it comes from. So he used that and beats Donkey Kong, gets the army. He picks his own cart. Once he picked his own cart, he put it in overdrive. So they're heading there. They're trying to take a back way. However, they got tipped off to it. So Bowser basically, you know, gets the jump on them. And then they're splitting up, and you're seeing all this action on Rainbow Road, which, if you remember, that's off Mario Kart. This whole scene of the movie was Mario Kart with all the carts on the little rainbow thing. That's a level in Mario Kart, if people forgot. So, so Mario and Donkey Kong get thrown off the bridge after one of the turtles got mad that Donkey Kong and Mario destroyed his truck. He turns into Blue Shell. If you remember the Blue Shell ones in the video adaptations, like in the Nintendo, like, they'll come firing at you with wings and stuff, and you gotta hop on top and butte, you know what I'm saying, knock them out. So that was great to see that. Then him and Donkey Kong get lost. So he saved Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong about to die and drown, and he saved him, and they had a heart to heart after going at it for the whole movie, and they're stuck in a whale or some type of monster. And once they figure out, how to get out and everything, they got out, and boom, they're headed to help Peaches. But But Peaches and everything, her kingdom, she got to her kingdom to let them know what's up. And Kong Cooper excuse me, Bowser was going to burn the whole thing down, and so she said, I'll marry you. So Luigi, of course, let's go back. What happened to Luigi? Luigi woke up in the Darklands. He's walking through it. He sees the ghost the ghost Koopas, the little Koopas, the ghost ones that's all bones and stuff, and they're chasing him. And he gets into a castle. Then you got the little bitty things looking like looking like the hi ho off of Spaceballs. Hi ho. Looking like some dwarves. So they basically take them hostage, take them to Bowser, and Bowser forces him to tell him about Mario, threatening to hurt him and stuff, pulled off his mustache. And then once he did that, then Luigi, of course, was put in the cage with the star and the rest of the people from the Ice Kingdom. And the star basically was just talking about, depressing, sounding real, because it's been there for a long time. So it basically done went cuckoo, like lost his mind. So once that happens and everything, you went from there. Now back to the present. Basically, they Peach is about to marry Bowser, and Mario and Kong get there, and they basically power up and they beat everybody up. They get to the thing. They're saving the prisoners, which are also the Kongs. The Kongs got trapped. They're about to all get put in the lava until they got saved by Kong, and of course Mario. And then from there, there was going to be a big bomb, like Bowser sent it off. And what Mario did was punch the bomb in the eye, and it started following Mario everywhere. Gets it to go through the tunnel, then it sucks it back into Brooklyn. So now that it's in Brooklyn, you got Bowser beating the hell out of Donkey Kong and just beat Mario up. And Mario, he's hurting, but then he see his commercial come on, gives him motivation. And then he goes out there and he's still trying. He went to go get the star. Luigi blocks the fire from hitting him from Bowser's mouth. Bowser was shooting flames. And by the way, the visuals and the flame, all of that is 4 stars. All of that was 4 stars, like for real. That was beautiful how they showed that and everything. How they had it depicted. It was beautiful. So, from there, him and Luigi touch the star. Then they get super powerful, and then they whoop Bowser's ass. And then they gave Bowser the blue mushroom to eat, and he turned into small Bowser. So, and after that, we got to see some gems. Mario and Luigi are now living in the world. They're living in the Mushroom Kingdom now, which was cool. And then we got to see at the end, if you stayed, which you should have stayed and watched the end credits, you got to see Yoshi. Yoshi was being hatched. So that means we're gonna have Yoshi in the next one, and I believe we're gonna have Wario too. So that'll be awesome. Now, this movie, trying to think, was there any flaws? I don't think it was any flaws. I think this was a perfect movie. I gave this movie 4 stars out of 4. This is a classic. And this is how you make movies. And this is what Marvel and DC have to watch. It's a 4 star out of 4 movie. They need to watch how this was done. There was no agenda. There was no fruitiness in the movie, no rainbow, no transformer or gender or none of these LGBTQ, all this crap. It was none of that. It was a great children and it's a great family movie. Like you take your family out to watch this movie. You had critics hating on it, but of course they were going to hate on it. That's just what they do. So, but this is what DCU, and this is what this is what Warner Brothers and all of them need to see. Like for real, this is what they need to watch because this showed you how to make a movie. You know, and a lot of times these guys don't know how to make no damn movie. They don't know how to make no movie no more. They don't know how to make a movie no more or anything. And you know, it's just sad. You know, it's sad. You know, and it's sad that it took for this to happen. You know, to really like to really you know. But this is what I love and everything, man. You know, movies like this. I took my nieces to go see it, and they enjoyed it. It was a great movie. You know, a lot of people, they might not like it. I mean, not a lot of people, but a lot of people are gonna like it because of the freshness and because of how everything was put together. And see, this is how you make a movie from your childhood. Like this is what you do. Like this is how you make a video game adaptation into a movie. Um, Sonic the Hedgehog was good, but it wasn't this good. It could have been though. Sonic the Hedgehog went off too. That was a good movie. So, but this movie just showed you like if you're close to your brother or close to somebody like a brother or a sister or whatever, this shows you to stay together throughout thick and thin. Like no matter if it's going your way or not. So, but that's my review. I mean, let me know in the comment section what you think about the movie. I thought it was great. I mean, top to bottom, the story build up. You went with the story. You showed a little bit of a glimpse of people backstory, which was great. That's what I like. You incorporate the backstory while you're telling the story. You don't have to go all the way over here to the past to see how this person got here, how they got here. It's like you got the story. You know what you need to do. You know where you need to go from here. And that's what made it great. That's what made it fresh. That's what made it fresh. So, I think they're gonna have Wario and Yoshi in the next one, which would be great. And plus Luigi wasn't really shown a lot in this. He was shown but not really in action, but it'll be interesting to see how they use him in the next one. So thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. If y'all love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link to my Cash App to donate whatever your heart's desire. Thank y'all for listening. It's the Deezyii Report signing off. Peace.